I am a poor pilgrim of sorrow. I'm lost in this wide world alone. No hope have I for tomorrow. So I started to make heaven my home. My mother's already in glory. My father's still walking in sin. My brothers and sisters won't own me because I am trying to get in. Sometimes I'm tossed and driven, Lord. Sometimes I don't know where to roam. But I've heard of a city called Heaven, and I've started to make heaven my home. Sometimes I'm tossed and driven, Lord. Sometimes I don't know where to roam. But I've heard of a city called Heaven, and I've started to make heaven my home. My home.
Interview with anonymous man number 1.
It was like the Grand Canyon opened up. I lost my great apartment in the Castro, my high-paying job, and I had nowhere to sleep. So my roommate had this carport, and he parked very close to the wall. So I knew if I slept in between the wall and the car, no one would know I was there. And I did that for about the first week. I was homeless for about 4 months, but the 4 months felt like it was about 4 weeks, because that's the thing with alcohol. You lose your sense of time. And I was so addicted to alcohol that if I didn't have the ethanol in my system, my body would start to shake. I guess I could have asked my roommate if I could have slept on the floor, but people have reputations in the Castro, and once they find out you're homeless. So I was hanging out with some guys over by the Chevron station there on Castro and Market, and they were smart, and they just didn't have any food or socks, but they were attractive. Some of them were very attractive, but they looked like you or me. There's a very simple bridge. In every human being, sometimes it's very small, but there's something you have in common with that person. We were in the World Series. I was going to this bar every night called Twin Peaks, and we were drinking, we were in the World Series, and we were winning. And it was awesome. But even though we were celebrating this tremendous victory, I still had nowhere to sleep. I was at the Castro Country Club. I hadn't had any alcohol. My body started to shake and I went into a seizure. Someone called 911. And I know this is going to sound dramatic, but as they were carrying me out on the gurney, in that moment, my homelessness ended. Spinging is a term that you could use when you're walking down Castro Street. You could say, oh, hey, where's Tony? Oh, he's spinging. Well, how long has he been there? A couple hours. Spinging is a contraction of the two words, spare change. And the Castro is very profitable to do that in. You can make $20 to $30 in a couple hours because people get drunk and they feel sorry. I only held up a sign asking for spare change once during my homelessness. It was on the last day. And the most embarrassing part was someone I knew well, someone who had known me, gave me $80. I paid him back. Paid everyone back. Some people said, it's a gift, keep it. give it to someone else down the road. And I will. There's a very simple bridge.
In every human being. Sometimes it's very small. There's something that you have in common with that person. Even if all it is that you happen to be in the same place at the same time, that moment, there is something.